All right, here to discuss criminal attorney Richard Herman and civil rights attorney and law professor Avery Friedman. Good to see both of you. Okay, so Richard, you first. Exactly what kind of a complaint would you expect from Trump and his attorneys when they talk about Comey releasing a portion of his memos?
You know, Fred, this is so preposterous for anybody in the legal profession to see what's going on here with this Kasowitz, who is completely a fish out of water. He has no idea what he's doing.
Oh, Mark Kasowitz, the attorney representing Donald Trump.
He does not know the law. He does not know the law on whistleblower. He does not know the law on executive privilege, which was waived. He does not know the law on the fact that Comey, at the time, kept notes, personal memoranda. He disseminated them as a private citizen, not as an employee of the FBI, to a friend who read excerpts of those notes to the New York Times. There's no privilege here, Fred. This is not national security issue. There is nothing wrong with what Comey did here. Nothing at all. And this barking by his attorney is just more absurdity coming from the Trump team. It's just outrageous. He needs a real criminal defense attorney, Mr. Trump. He needs one now, not a general practitioner who's like a barking dog talking meaningless rubbish. That's what it is, Fred.
Yikes. Okay, so Avery, are you in agreement that because the information was not a classified conversation, meaning the way Comey took the notes, he did not, classify these notes. They were unclassified. He did share them with FBI higher ups as well as to his friend to disseminate to the media, and so he did not jeopardize any kind of privilege with the president?
Well, those are the two issues. Number one, were the documents classified? Answer is no. The second question is, was the conversation notes or the notes privileged? The answer is no. So the fact that it was disseminated doesn't make him, I guess the president called him a leaker.
Yeah.
Well, in terms of what that really means when it comes to classified documents, he was not. So the question that now becomes, okay, who's telling the truth? What tests of credibility do we use? We look at behavior. We look at reputation for truthfulness. We look at whether someone is erratic rather than careful. The normal tests the judges and juries use. And once you go through those tests, Frederica, you can very easily evaluate who's telling the truth and who isn't.
So are you saying this would be a frivolous complaint?
It's not frivolous. It's not going to result in anything. If he wants to file a complaint with the Office of Inspector General at the Department of Justice, okay, but they can't do anything about it. If he wants to file a complaint with Senate Judiciary, okay, but they can't do anything about it.
It's worse than that, Fred.
It's essentially a cross punch is what it is.
All right,
Fred,
so it sounds like it's kind of subjective whether there is some merit. I mean,
no consequence to it.
Okay, all right.
Fred, it's worse than that, than a frivolous complaint. It's worse than that,
What
Fred.
do you mean? Why?
It could rise to the level of abusive process. It could rise to the level of further obstruction. This lawyer could have brought more jeopardy to Trump by issuing that threatening letter. I'm telling you, Fred, they don't have no idea what they're doing. This is not commercial practice in New York City. They're in arenas that they have no idea what they're in a delusional state to say that we are vindicated.
So real quick before I let you go, if either one of you were representing President Trump and he says 100% he's willing to testify under oath, Avery, you first, then Richard, if you were his attorney, would you advise him to set the record straight, testify, tell your story?
Heck no, that's insane. He's not going to testify. It's never going to happen.
All right, Richard.
Fred,
the president wants to do it.
Yeah, he wants to do it. He's delusional, and he's a serial compulsive liar, and he will walk into more criminal jeopardy for perjury if he would give sworn testimony. He's never going to do it, Fred. They're never going to let him do it.
We will leave it there. You two in agreement. Avery Friedman, Richard Herman, always good to see you. And Avery, congratulations. Cleveland Bar Association honoring Avery because he's amazing.
Oh. Well, what
and we're happy for you. Congratulations.
Thanks.
All right. See you all. Thanks so much. We'll be right back.